My experience of being mothered came first through prayer with the Blessed Mother. Mary is not like a mother to me. She's not Jesus's mother. She's not a spiritual mother in a sense of like in a far off or kind of in title only. Mary very much reparented me in prayer and in relationship with her. And the same is true for Saint Joseph. And I would say the healing that happened in prayer through my relationship with the Blessed Mother opened me up to receive the love of women in my life. Sometimes older, but sometimes, honestly, I don't really think it has to do with age. I think motherhood is an expression of our femininity.
Yes.
So, like, Mariana has mothered me in a moment where I'm, like, stressed. I'm trying to record a talk. I'm like, I don't think that's any good. Mariana listens to me, like, takes notes on my talk and, like, gives me a hug before I hit record.
What a cutie.
That was a moment of being mothered by someone who's 20 years younger than me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think spiritual motherhood is the unique feminine expression of generosity or magnanimity. It's the way that we receive people. And for many years, I think, you know, like I'm a pretty wounded individual. Like I had a lot of wounds, you know? And so for so long, it's like I came into the spiritual life with a deficit. And I was so hungry and thirsty for someone to like understand me, hear me, help me, learn, grow. And at some point, like the scales have to tip, like, and that doesn't mean we stop receiving, but we're not bottomless wells. We're meant to be channels. We're meant, even if we're a reservoir, to overflow.
Yes.
And so for me, spiritual motherhood, even just the awareness that this is the call of every disciple, that we would grow and mature, in the words of St. Paul, that we would grow up in every way into him, that we would not constantly be, gosh, here's St. Paul again, like not drinking spiritual milk all the time, like not being infants all the time, but that we would grow up in every way into, for us as women, spiritual mothers who receive other people, who aren't just kind of always like living the way the culture is, like give me, serve me,
Consuming.
love me, yes, but instead to live this channel lifestyle where it's very St. Francis, right? Make me a channel of your peace. Whereas there's an exchange here happening. We're receiving, but we're also giving.
Yeah.
We're loving and we're being loved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle, I don't actually think it's linear. Michelle says, I still feel very much like a spiritual infant. And that may be true, but that doesn't mean that you can't. I just think we're so tempted to look at things linearly and be like, once I get all my wounds healed, once I know more about the faith, then I have something to give. No, like your heart is the gift. Who you are is the gift. Your life is a gift. Your love is a gift. And you can give that now, regardless of your level of formation.
That's so good. Yeah, as women, we're just nurturers by nature. And I think when we get to express that again, we're living to who we were created to be. We were created with this heart that expands for other people. And so when we get to exercise that, I think is when we start to feel like, again, it's not for our own sake. Like we're not pouring ourselves out or expanding ourselves for others for our sake, but really because, you know, it's an expression of love that we even get to receive the Lord's love through loving others that way. So I think it's really sweet when we get to have that. I think it can be intimidating at times when we're like, I lack this. Like, I'm an infant. I'm not well versed enough. I don't have someone under my mentorship. You know, like we start to kind of, you know, compartmentalize like where I can do this. And I shared that in the beginning. Like, I'm probably more of a big sister. Yeah. But I think that's because like it is at times like a specific calling where the Lord places people and will highlight people in your life, and he's calling us to be that expression of love to them.
Thanks for watching our clip from the weekly visit. To watch the full conversation, head over to the member community linked down below.
We love visiting with you. So we'll see you there.